Okay, chapter number 28, the techniques of homeopathic drug proving. Okay, section means aphorism. Okay, already about this Dr. Henneman has explained in aphorism number 105 to 145. Okay, remember this aphorism number 105 to 145. He explained about the process of drug proving. Okay, so when you will be answering, okay, questions are like that. Explain in detail about the process of drug proving. Explain in detail about drug proving. Okay, so that in between also a small question will come that I will just tell you or inform you in detail. Okay, so if you will remember this aphorisms or section, okay, it about the drug proving or about the techniques of homeopathic drug proving, Dr. Henneman has explained from aphorism number 105 to 145. Okay, so just we will go to the historical part first. Okay, how it is started. Okay, already you know these things. Historical perspectives. Okay, Albert von Haller. Okay, he if you will read later on, like in fourth year in community medicine, about the history of medicine. Okay, you will study. Okay, or like in organon of medicine, you will study about the history of medicine. You will see there his name is there, Albert von Haller. Okay, so he is not related with homeopathy, but he was a physician, botanist, poet. Okay, so he has a contribution on something related with homeopathic pharmacy. Okay. Albert von Haller, 1708 to 1777, a well-known physician, botanist, poet, and novelist, was the first known person beside Hahnemann who felt the need of testing medicine for their pure and peculiar effect in the deranging the health of a man, in order to learn what morbid state each medicine is capable of curing. Footnote number, okay, footnote in section 108. Okay, so aphorism number 108 in footnote. Okay, already about homeopathic drug proving 105 to 145. Okay, Dr. Henneman has written, but Dr. Henneman has also written these things in aphorism number 108, 105, 106, 107, 108. Okay, 108 footnote. He has explained how these things came. Okay, how drug proving process came. Okay, so by documentation, Albert von Haller is the first person who told ki if we are using anything in as a medicine, first we have to see, okay, ki if same medicine we are using on healthy persons, so these healthy persons are showing that type of symptoms, which type of symptoms can be cured in diseased person. Okay, so it was just his thinking as per documentation. Okay, till now in history what is documented, so as per documentation, his name is there. That name is Albert von Haller. Okay, so he has told ki what peculiar effect if any medicine is giving on diseased person. Okay, so if we are giving same medicine to healthy person, then these healthy persons are just showing all the symptoms of that particular disease or not. Okay, so this type of thinking was there. Okay, so this was one first concept that came in mind of Albert von Heller. Okay, on documentation. Okay, before that, if anything came, we are not knowing. Okay, so Albert von Heller recommended the following in his name: Pharmacopoeia Helvetica. Okay, base 1. I am uh, IMH of 1771, page number 12. Haller described, indeed, a medicine must first of all be essayed in a healthy body without any foreign admixture. Okay, means Albert von Haller has told what we are considering as a medicine, that medicine should be first given to healthy person. If that healthy person is showing all the symptoms of a disease, okay, that particular disease can be cured by that particular medicine. Okay, so this was the trick or technique of the Albert and Heller, so that you can easily understand that this medicine is actually able to do or not. Okay, like when we are taking the COVID vaccine. Okay, when we are taking COVID vaccine, if COVID vaccine is showing all the symptoms of COVID in healthy person who is not infected with COVID-19. Okay, then what will happen? The same medicine is able to cure a person who is infected by COVID-19. Okay, so like that. Okay, so when we are vaccinated, some of us has shown all the symptoms of COVID-19 disease. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, and this actual way or actual path was given by Alberto Heller. Okay, he was not a homeopath, he was just a from the side of history. Okay, when medicine was just evaluating. Okay, like 1600 century, 1700, 1800, 19th century. Okay, medical field was or medical science was in blooming stage. Okay, then when the order and the test of the medicine has been examined, a small dose of it must be taken, and the at, attentions must be paid to every changes that occurs to be the pulse, the temperature, respiration, and excretion. Then, having examined the symptom encouraged in the healthy persons, one may proceed to tries in the body of a sick person. Okay, so when you are just giving it to a person, okay, so you have to check the pulse, temperature, respiration, okay, and excretions. Okay, if everything is normal or when you are giving anything changes are there that you have to note, or after that you can give these things to the sick person. Okay, in general life also, if you have to consider any person in emergency. Okay, actually this person is emergency patient, or sometimes that things are only psychological. So first you have to consider the person's pulse. Okay, pulse should be between 61 to 100. Okay, then it is normal. If blood pressure is between 120, okay, plus minus 10, 120 by 80, okay, plus minus 10, okay, so it is normal. Okay, this pulse, temperature, pulse, okay, blood pressure, and cardiac, okay, heart rate. Okay, heart rate would be nearby this, it should not be more than 100 and not less than be uh, 60. Okay, sometimes in the physiological bradycardia. Okay, physiological bradycardia, sometimes it is more than less than 60 also. Who are athletes, their pulse, heart rate, pulse rate are less than 60 also. Okay, but this is the after long time. Okay, after long time, when athletes they run for marathon runners, they are very less heart rate. Okay, so that is the called as a physiological bradycardia. Okay, bradycardia means heart rate less than 60, and tachycardia means heart rate more than 100 degree, 100. Okay, 100 per minute. Okay, so like that. So in general life also, we when we get any emergency patient, we just evaluate by this. If heart rate is normal, if pulse is normal, okay, and if breathing is normal, respiration rate is like 12 to 18, okay, breathing is normal, okay, the pulse is normal, then we can consider that this person can give us time to take a proper case, and we can just consider that patient as a normal patient, and it is not a emergency. Okay, then next we will go to the Hahnemann was competent to different languages. Okay, he knew 14 languages and used to translate many works of considerable significance in 1790. Okay, while is translating a treatise on materia medica, second edition by William Cullen. He was a professor of medicine in London University. Okay, so Professor Cullen was a professor of medicine in London University. When he was translating the Cullen's Materia Medica, he came to just observe the same thing. Okay, what was told by Albert von Heller. Okay, before. Okay, so what was that thing? This is just a little. I can tell you this is the just little uh, repetition. Okay, what we have studied. Okay, so just repetition. Okay, but it is the starting of drug proving. Okay, what you are doing? Why coloring this page? Red color. Okay, so please be careful for this. Okay, sometimes questions came. Ki examiner asked ki when the first drug proving happened. Okay, now you are confused what to answer. Okay, the answer is this: Cullen's Materia Medica 1719. What Dr. Hahnemann has done. Okay, that is the first drug proving. Okay, and first drug proving is done on Cinchona officinalis, Cinchona bark. Okay, so don't confuse. Okay, when examiner will ask when first drug proving was done. Okay, so don't confuse with this. Okay, first drug proving was done by Dr. Hahnemann. Okay, in 1790. Okay, then from English to German, okay, Hahnemann came across the statement made by the Cullens in the book regarding the action of cinchona bark in the cure of malaria. Is that by virtue of the bitterness and the tone effect on the stomach, okay, tonic effect is there, the drug cures malaria. Cullen remarked, I have endeavored in um, explained in my first outline of the practical medical science that the bark in the instant acts through a tonic effect on the stomach, and I have found nothing in any writing which could make me doubt the truth of my statements. Okay, so this is the writing of Dr. Cullen in that Cullen's okay treatise on materia medica of what he has written. He is the this Italy these things are the same lining of that book. Okay, so what Cullen has explained. Okay, but this statement did not satisfy Hahnemann. Okay, I told you earlier also in classroom कि Hahnemann was a father of experimental pharmacology and he was not satisfied by this thing. Okay, he want to now experiment on himself. Okay, then where plenty of bitter drugs have but not possessing the malarial curative power. Okay, he just thought there are a number of drugs are there who are bitter in taste. Their tastes are not good, but they are not a good good medicine. Okay, for malaria. So then what he did, bitter in taste drug, but they are not possessing the curative power for malaria. Okay, he attacked this statement vigorously in his note by combining the strong bitter and the strongest assignant we can obtain a compound which is a small dose possesses much more of both these properties than the bark, and yet it all eternity no fewer specific can be made from such a compound. The author should have to account for his this um, undiscovered principle of the effect of the bark in the probably not easy to find. Okay, so just he thought ki there are a number of drugs are there which are bitter. Even he has compounded many of the drugs which are more bitter, and just he just took this in a small quantity, but he has not got any symptom. Okay, so actually, when you will this quinine sulfate, okay, this cinchona bark in allopathy it comes as a quinine sulfate. Okay, still after hundreds or you can tell how many years. Okay, 1700. Okay, like this 1790 he was translating Cullen's Materia Medica. 1800, 1920, approximately 300 years. Okay, still we are using this cinchona officinalis and quinine sulfate for curing the malaria. Okay, even this quinine sulfate, okay, or chloroquine, okay, this was previously in first phase of COVID-19. Okay, it was the drug of choice. Okay, previously it was used in many of the COVID-19 patient, but later on WHO has given one this explanation that this is has not useful for the COVID-19 patient. Okay, otherwise it was used. Okay, so even of 350 years, okay, we are using this Cinchona officinalis. Okay, so Cinchona officinalis, okay, in allopathy it is called as a quinine sulfate. Okay, then quinine sulfate, okay, and it has effect, okay, when it is taken in high dose or more than recommended dose to a malaria patient. Okay, they just get many symptoms like abdominal discomfort or abdominal cramp they get. Okay, abdominal cramp. Okay, then their difficulty in listening. Okay, listening. Okay, they get vertigo. Okay, then they get shivering. Okay, so all these things, fever. Okay, more fever. Okay, so these things are problems. Okay, when they are taken in excess dose. Okay, this is just like a drug proving. Okay, then the thought of testing the positive action of the cinchona bark on his own body, Hahnemann themselves dissolved to ascertaining by a natural method of experiencing whenever lay the power of Cinchona bark to allay intermittent fever, he says. Okay, so later on they come to a conclusion that Cinchona officinalis is a good drug for intermittent fever. Okay, you will understand about this intermittent fever later on. Okay, in pathology there are different type of fevers are there. Okay, like continuous fever in typhoid, then remittent fevers are there, intermittent fevers are there. Okay, the different type of fever are there. Okay, intermittent means there is wave is there, okay, like wave, okay, 1 to 1 to wave, okay, at particular time that will be increase, then again lower down, okay, 48 hour, 24 hour, okay, this is called as intermittent fever. Okay, continuous mean whole time, whole day, 3 to 4 days, 101, 102, okay, that is in typhoid. Okay, so like all these things you will study in pathology in second year. Okay, I took the several days as an experiment, 4 drench of good Cinchona. Okay. Twice my feet and fingers, tips, etc. at first become cold. Okay, my feet and fingers become cold. He is explaining, Hahnemann is explaining what he got when he took this. Okay. I become uh, languid and drowsy. Okay, means little vertigo was there, drowsy. Then my heart began to palpate, palpitation. Okay, palpitation of heart is there. Okay, my heart become palpate. Okay, my pulse becomes hard and quick. Okay, all these things you will understand better in medicine, pathology, medicine. Okay, so just here you know, ki hard and quick. Okay, it means they are dhup dhup like that. Okay, means very hard. Okay, and quick heart rate will be there. Okay, okay, and intolerable anxiety and trembling. Okay, means there will be anxiety and trembling, but without a rigor. Okay, there was no rigor. Okay, prostration in all the limbs, the pulsation in the head. Okay, redness of the cheeks, thrust, brief, all the symptoms usually associated with intermittent fever. Okay, appeared in the successions, yet without the actual rigor. To sum up all these symptoms, which to may are typhoid of intermittent fever as the stupefacients of the senses, a kind of rigidity of all the joints, but above all the limbs. Okay, disintegrate. Okay, sensation which seems to have the seat in the prost, uh, peritoneum over all the bones of the body. Okay, this is the symptom what he has got or he has experienced. Okay, in his when he took the medicines. Okay, all made their appearance. Okay, this paroxysmal lasts for the uh, 2 to 3 hours every time and recurrent. When I repeated the dose and not otherwise, I discontinued the medicines, and I was once more in good health. Okay, means when he has discontinued the medicine, okay, he become better. Okay, normal. Okay, so this is the proving. Okay, when he discontinued medicine, he become normal. Okay, sometimes what happened, overdosing. This that is called as when you are taking a medicine, you are getting symptom, still you have not stopped the medicine. Okay, and it will just take it to reversible pathology, irreversible pathology, and you will permanently or it will make some damage in your body. Okay, so sometimes, okay, it happens ki suppose Hahnemann has not 3 4 days, Hahnemann has taken for 15 days, long time. Okay, this Synconan, something damage will occur in his body and that damage may be permanent. Okay, so that is called as a irreversible pathology. And okay, in drug proving it is very dangerous thing. Okay, that's why you have to know ki for how many dose and how much days you have to take the medicine, otherwise that medicine, particular medicine, may become a poison in your body. Okay, the drug cure diseases, but that can produce an healthy person. This event led to the development of a new therapeutic system, homeopathy. Okay, so we already know that by this way he has discovered the homeopathic system of medicine. Okay, so this was and this is also the first time drug proving was done. Okay, so please don't forget. Okay, discovery of homeopathy, same history. Discovery of drug proving, same history. Okay, we will go to next part. drug after drug specific after specific was tested by Hahnemann on himself. Okay, means after once he has done with one drug, many drugs he has just done experiment or drug proving on himself. Okay, on himself and his family members. Okay, because them he can observe very easily. Okay, his friends all over. Okay, uh, friends, and one result each a remedy of recognized specific power excited a spurious, okay, disease, okay, resembling that for which it was considered specific. He verified his discoveries and observations by exploring volumes of recorded symptoms on materia medica and history of poisonings. Okay, so he has written all this recording. Okay, he has done his all the provings with his family members, his friends, his neighbors. Okay, and all these things he has recorded in the his books. Okay, and this was the his drug proving. Okay, how much experimental he was, just by this you can understand. Hahnemann made the introduction that the diseases which were cured by medicines are by the virtue of the power of the medicines to produce symptoms similar to those of the disease which is cured. Okay, so this is the actually definition of drug proving. Okay, if you have book you can underline. Hahnemann made the induction, okay, that diseases which were cured by medicine are by the virtue of the power of the medicine to produce symptoms, okay, similar to those disease which is cured, similar to those disease that is cured. Okay, after similar to those after 6 years of careful study and observation, he formulated the principle similia similibus curanter, let likes to be treated by likes. Okay, that is called as a similia similibus curanter. Okay, so after 6 years of study he has given in English it can be told as a let likes to be treated by like. Okay, so about this detail you will study in organelle. Okay, in later on or still you will be studying in organelle. Okay, now we have one more person. Okay, okay, Albert von Heller already we have seen, Dr. Hahnemann we have seen. Now we have one more person. Okay, he published an article in 1796 in Hofland's journal. Okay, here Hofland is also a person. Okay, so he just published a journal, and in this journal Dr. Hahnemann has also published his study or his observations. Okay, he published an article in 1796 in Hofland's journal. Okay, in Hofland's journal in volume second, part 3 to 4, page number 391 to 439 and 436 to 561. Okay, total how many page can you anybody tell? Archana, how many pages? How many pages he has published? Just calculate.
Sir, 3 to 4 pages.
3 to 4 page. Hmm? How many pages he has published? I'm just not ask.
49.
49. Okay, first we will minus 4 439. Okay, minus what?
48.
48. Okay, who is
Yes,
writing
sir.
55? Please don't do this. Who is doing these things? 439 minus, how can I know who is doing this? 439 minus 391. 391. 48 page. Okay, then next also you see, next 48, then next also you see 561. Okay, minus 4, 436. Okay, how many pages? How many pages? 120.
125.
Okay, so now 125 plus 48. How many pages?
173.
Yes, remember it. Okay. Sometimes this question is asked in competitive exam. Okay. Total how many pages he has written. Different options will be there. Okay. So just key how many pages? 173 pages were there. Okay. Just question will be like that. Key Dr. Henneman published an article in 1796 in Huffland's Remark. Okay. In volume 2. Okay. Para 3. Parts 3 and 4. Okay, so that was how many pages. Okay, topic they can tell. Sometimes they will ask about the topics. Okay, what was the topic? Okay, topic is an essay on the new principle for the ascertaining the curative power of drug. Okay, to remember it. Okay, 173 pages there. Okay, and that is an essay on the new principle for ascertaining the curative power of the drug. Okay, this was in Hopland's journal in volume 2, para 3 and 4. Okay, this much you have to remember. Okay, now it is not so much important, but again for competitive exam you need to turn this page. Okay, in which he appointed the homeopathic therapeutic rules, uh, therapeutic rules. In a few years more, he was able to give an essay of a medicinal substances which pure pathogenetic actions. He has ascertained the principle of him on himself, his family, and a few of his friends. Okay, so the results. The results of the laboratories and painstaking experiments were published in 1805 in Fragmenta de Varibus Medicamentorum Positivis Sin in Seno Corporo Humano Observalis. Okay, this is a German word. Okay, so question also comes, which is the first repertory? Okay, actually Dr. Henneman has not published any repertory. Okay, but this question will come in fourth year in repertory. Okay, what was the which was the first repertory? Okay, so you have to remember. Sometimes in fourth year in examiner also ask name the first published repertory. Okay, so you have to remember this: Fragmenta de Varibus Medicamentorum Positivus Sin in seno corporo humano observalis. Okay, fragmenta de varibus medicamentorum positivus sin in seno corporo humano observalis. Okay, this is a German word. Okay, so it is the first published materia medica. It is also first published repertory also. Okay, but it is the first published materia medica by Henneman. It was in Latin and not in German, Latin. Okay, and published at Leipzig, Germany, and contains the pathogenesis of 27 drugs. Remember this, all this. Okay, part is good question for objective and third year, fourth year exams. Okay, 1805 he has published Fragmenta de Varibus Medicamentorum Positivus Sin in Seno Corporo Humano Observalis. This is in Latin. It contains 27 drugs. This is the first materia medica. This is the first repertory also. Okay, please remember this. Okay, that's why I tell, don't after passing also don't sell your pharmacy book. Okay, it is useful later on also. Okay, in 1805, he published his uh, celebrated essay, The Medicines of Experience. And in the essay, he detailed at length how experiment with medicinal substances and done in order to ascertain their pathogenetic effect. Okay, so all these things are there. Then, after 6 years in 1811, appeared the first volume of Materia Medica Pura. Okay, all these things you have to write in Organon of Medicine in second year, third year, fourth. Okay, that question is like, what is the contribution of Dr. Hahnemann? Okay, what is the literary contribution of Dr. Hahnemann? Okay, that means what he has written. 1805 he has written Fragmented Various Medicamentorum Positivus in Sano Corporo Humano Observalis. Okay, then in 1811 he has written the first Materia Medica Pura, okay, containing 12 medicines only, okay, and in Materia Medica, this Fragmented Various, there was only 27 drugs were there, okay. So 12 medicines, volume 2, 1816, 8 medicines were there, volume 3, 1817, 8 medicines were there, volume 4 in 1818, 12 medicines were there, okay, the 12 and 12, uh, 12, 12, 24, okay, 8, again, then 32, then 40, okay, so approximately till volume 4 he has explained 40 drugs, okay. Volume 5, okay, then it is 51 drugs, okay, means 11 medicines. And volume 6, okay, 1821 with 10 drugs, okay, 51, 61 medicines, okay. Of these medicines, okay, 22 were transferred from the fragmenta, okay, and 22 drugs were from the fragmenta, okay. So 61 and 22, how many? 61, okay, then 71, okay, then 81, okay, then 82, 83, okay. So in whole lifetime he was maximum used drug is 83 or 85 drugs, okay. All his life he has used these drugs, okay, but later nowadays we have nearby 3000 drugs, okay. Okay, later Crohn's, okay, Crohn's, the chronic disease, their peculiar nature and their homeopathic cure 1828 to 1838 was published, which was contains 47 medicines. Okay, so all these things are just a contribution. Okay, not so much important for homeopathic pharmacy, but important for the this. You can tell it is important for organ of medicine. Okay, you can write like question you will get what is the contribution of Dr. Hahnemann. Okay, like that. Then Hahnemann conducted repeated experiment drug studies on himself and 64 volunteers whose names were listed in Materia Medica Pura. Okay, 64 volunteers were there. In total, he investigated 99 remedies over a period of about half a century. Okay, then established the medicine method which has become known as a proving or testing medicines. Okay, so this is the total history part of drug proving, which is totally related with the life sketch of Dr. Hahnemann. Okay, and first drug proving was done by him. Okay, now developments in the field of homeopathic drug proving after Hahnemann. Okay, so this part we will see next time. Okay, because okay, so now actual the original history part is completed. Okay, but what other people have done these things we will see later on. Okay, in next lecture on Monday, or I will tell the time. Okay, when we will take. Okay, so till here you have any doubt? Hello, Lucky,
Yes, sir.
कुछ है प्रॉब्लम?
Uh, no, sir, no problem.
ओके, खान,
Yes, sir.
any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me also. Okay. And this is the history part. Actually, you understood or not? What is drug proving? Drug proving means, just in general language, I can tell, if you are healthy and you are taking medicine, you will get all the symptoms of that medicine. Actually, that medicine is able to cure. Okay. Like in simple language, I can tell, suppose if you are getting fever, okay, and you are taking any homeopathic medicine, okay, in healthy state, if you are taking same homeopathic medicine, you should get fever. You should get fever. Okay. Otherwise, it is not a proper drug proving. Okay. So this is the way of drug proving. Okay. Means all the homeopathic drugs are proved. Okay.